and off grounds for immediate removal.
Hello and welcome to the Patriot Sports Network's continuing coverage of Francis Marion Soccer today, women's soccer on the docket. The Patriots at 2-2-0 opening up Peach Belt Conference play against Young Harris, who comes in at 1-3-0. They actually already opened up conference play last weekend with a loss to Flagler. This is the first of 3 straight days of soccer action here on the Patriot Sports Network. All matches here on Hartzler Field in the Griffin Athletic Complex here at Francis Marion University in warm Florence, South Carolina. Rob Lau here with you for all 3 matches. Tomorrow night, the men's soccer team in action with their Peach Belt Conference opener at 7 o'clock against 16th-ranked Lander University. And then the women are back at it Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock against North Georgia. Let's get to the starting lineups for this afternoon's match. First for the all-white-clad Francis Marion Patriots, coached by Lindsay Morgan in her 4th season, Josh Puryear in his 1st season as her assistant. Starting in goal, it's the freshman Rachel Hennenkamp from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Picked up her first shutout on September the 7th against Mars Hill. She will be joined in the starting lineup by fellow freshman Michaela Chavis from Raleigh, North Carolina. Freshman Anna Capra from High Point, the only player to have played every single minute for the Patriots this season, also starting in defense. Joined by sophomore Brooke Kennedy and junior, one of the captains, Jessica Garnett. In the midfield, Emma Hall, a sophomore from Candler, North Carolina, sophomore Daly McEwen from Collinsville, Illinois, a Peach Belt Player of the Week award winner a little bit more than a week ago for McEwen, leading the Patriots with 4 goals. Megan Mizuraka, a sophomore from Apex, North Carolina, and another pair of freshmen in the midfield as well, in Rihanna Orello from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Abigail Williams from Kernersville, North Carolina. And up top, it's sophomore forward Kylie McElroy, who had a goal, her first of the season, in the last match for FMU, which came on September the 9th against Catawba. The Patriots having last weekend's match postponed due to Hurricane Florence. That is the game that is being made up on Sunday against North Georgia. This game was originally supposed to be played tomorrow, but they moved it up a day so that the Patriots could make up that missed Peach Belt Conference match against North Georgia, which again we'll have for you on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. For the visiting Young Harris Mountain Lions, coached by Rob King in his 1st season, assisted by Maylee Atten-Johnson and Erica Mason. Starting in goal, sophomore from Netherlands, it's Pien van Kampen. She is 2nd in the Peach Belt with 34 saves so far. She has been busy and is 3rd in the Peach Belt Conference in save percentage, having saved nearly 83% of the shots that she has seen so far here in 2018. In defense, sophomore Miranda Simpson from Marietta, Georgia, is joined by senior Colleen Johnson from Island Harbor and Gia, and junior Hadley Hughes from McDonough, Georgia. Also starting for Young Harris this afternoon, senior Elin Peterson from Sweden. She is joined by sophomore Peyton Putzer from Cartersville, Georgia, and senior from Berlin, Germany, Tanisha Taylor in the midfield. Also sophomore Layla Muscat from Wales, a sophomore, gets a start. Up front, senior forward Bailey Roche has scored the only 2 goals for the Mountain Lions so far this season. She is joined by Lucero Raballo, a senior from Columbia, and fellow senior from Columbia, Maria Guzman. Pause for a moment here for the national anthem. Again, Francis Marion 2-2-0 to start off the season. A couple of wins and losses in non-conference play. Their most recent match, a 3-1 loss at Catawba College on September 9th. That was their most recent match. Again, as I mentioned, Hurricane Florence postponing the match that was scheduled for last weekend against North Georgia, which was scheduled to be the conference opener. Instead, this is the conference opener for FMU. Again, they're wearing the all-white uniforms today. Young Harris with the purple tops and white shorts. They come in 1-3 with a loss to Flagler College in their Peach Belt opener. They were able to play last weekend, losing to the Saints 2-0. The Peach Belt Conference's leading goal scorer, Sarah Sandberg, with a couple of second-half goals to lift Flagler over Young Harris in that Peach Belt Conference opener for both of those teams. A reminder that not only do we have all the soccer this weekend here at FMU, but the Patriot volleyball team will be in action as well, although they are on the road. They're starting Peach Belt Conference play as well. Tonight at 7 o'clock against Lander, and then tomorrow they will take on USC Aiken at 2 o'clock. They'll be next back home in the Smith University Center next Friday at 7 p.m. against Georgia College. And the Francis Marion men's and women's cross-country teams will both run in the Jaguar Cross Country Invitational in Beach Island, South Carolina tomorrow morning. The men will begin their race at 8:10 a.m. and the women will follow at 8:50. And the men's golf team will play on the River Run Collegiate Monday and Tuesday. That is up in Davidson, North Carolina. Both teams, one last huddle. And now at least FMU is making their way to their positions. Freshman goalkeeper Rachel Hennenkamp, her fifth straight start to begin her collegiate career. She's made 16 saves so far, a .615 save percentage. Her career high in saves was actually in her collegiate debut against Newberry on August the 31st. She made 7 stops that afternoon, but it was not enough as the Patriots fell to open their season. FMU with wins over Mars Hill, and in their only home match so far this season, they beat Coker 4-2. So looking to make it a 2-0 start to their home slate and a 1-0 start to conference play. Today's officials, the referee is Istin Sinar, and his assistants are Alan Correa and Austin Smith. Kylie McElroy in the center circle, ready to get things kicked off, as now Young Harris has finally broken their final pre-match huddle. We are set to kick off on a mostly sunny afternoon. Some clouds, and currently the sun is at least partially blocked by some of those clouds. But a much nicer afternoon for soccer than the first match, which was very hot here at Hartzler Field for FMU. And they get things started. It's Jessica Garnett on this near side. McElroy trying to connect with Orello. It'll be turned over to the Mountain Lions. Here's Tanisha Taylor for Young Harris. She goes back to the team's captain, senior from Sweden, Elin Peterson. Young Harris, as I mentioned, they've only scored 2 goals so far this season. It was in their one victory of the year, and that came against Lincoln Memorial back on September the 5th. They have been shut out in their other 3 matches so far. They have the fewest shots in the Peach Belt Conference, fewest goals, tied for the fewest goals with USC Aiken. It's been a struggle for them offensively so far. And that attack will come to nothing as in the first minute of the match, FMU earns a defensive half throw-in. Long ball forward aimed at Kylie McElroy. It's too far for her, but it's only headed out of play by Peterson right into the FMU bench where Lindsey Morgan is residing. The next win for FMU, should it come today or Sunday against North Georgia, it will be the 200th win in program history. Francis Marion's women's soccer program began in 1995. They went 11-6-0 in that inaugural season. Ball forward in the direction of Orello. She is cut off by a Young Harris defender, allowing Van Kampen to come out and scoop it up for the Mountain Lions. The first win for Francis Marion came against St. Andrew's Presbyterian College on September 7th of 1995 as the Mountain Lions are whistled for offsides. that St. Andrews Presbyterian College is now known as St. Andrews University. That was the first win for FMU back in September of '95, a 6-3 victory that day for the Patriots for their first win in program history, and the next one will be number 200. Following the offsides, ball comes forward, aimed at Daly McEwen, who goes down, and it is a foul according to the referee. Tanisha Taylor, the guilty party for Young Harris, and McEwen will have the first attacking half free kick for either side. She's the leader in goals and shots for FMU. She ranks in the top 5 in many categories in the Peach Belt Conference. We'll see if she tries to shoot this one on goal. It was not a shot, but it was deflected by the wall anyway, and now the Mountain Lions look to counter with Taylor. Her pass goes wide to Rabaya, who goes backwards. Guzman. Peterson. Emma Hall putting on the pressure of Muscat. Muscat wins the throw and takes it. Again, Mizuraka digging in against her opposite number 3, Miranda Simpson. Garnett drives it forward, headed on by Emma Hall, but Peterson will go back and collect it. She'll go backwards to her keeper. Orella was giving chase. Not going to get there, but McEwen does intercept the pass. Her attempt is headed away. And now Abigail Williams has it for FMU. Her attempted pass gets blocked by Simpson, who looks to start a counterattack. Rubio chips it forward, but it's going to be out of play. She was looking for Guzman on that far side. Well, it's too far ahead of her and out of play. Francis Marion with a throw-in. Long way off for the Patriots, as I mentioned, with the hurricane coming through. Henninkamp comes out after a little bit of a hesitation to collect that loose ball. So we'll see if it takes them a little time to regain that match sharpness after a long layoff. McEwen, a good ball forward, but a little bit too far for Orello, and once again it is scooped up by the waiting keeper, Van Kampen. Gets it rolling quickly. Peterson's pass is deflected, and a Capra will knock it out for a Young Harris throw-in. As I mentioned during the lineups, Capra operating as the left back for FMU, the only player for Francis Marion who has played every minute of every match this season, for a total of 360 minutes through 4 matches as the whistle goes against the Patriots there. It'll be a throw for Young Harris right in front of the FMU bench. Capra, the freshman from High Point, North Carolina, making her presence felt very early in her Francis Marion career. And it'll be her to take this throw in on the far side for Francis Marion. Ball comes down at the feet of Simpson, who gets it out wide. Looking to cut in is Guzman. Rubio back to Taylor. Her pass forward was aimed at Bailey Roche, but too far for the senior. And Henninkamp is on it. Roche with the 2 goals that Young Harris has scored this season. Senior from Ogden, Utah. Started her collegiate career at Iowa Central Community College. Lots of connections to Iowa Central. The former coach of Young Harris before Rob King was there was a former coach at Iowa Central CC, so that pipeline was developed there to Young Harris. As the Mountain Lions try to come forward, but that pass intended for Maria Guzman is out of her reach, and Francis Marion will take the throw. Driven forward by Kennedy. McElroy tried to touch it back, but found a Young Harris midfielder instead. Here's Peterson. Almost lost it to McElroy, regained it. Ball is chipped forward, but Megan Mizuraka intercepts for FMU and gets it to Kennedy, but Roche will take it off of her. And now it's Peyton Putzer on this side. McEwen tried to deflect the pass, didn't get enough on it. They go for Roche, but Kennedy will get there first and cleared away. Young Harris, though, will have an attacking half throw-in. Just about 7 minutes into the match, neither team with a shot as of yet. Here comes Rabayo. Tried to center it, but Brooke Kennedy was there to clear it away for the Patriots. Orello trying to get something started for FMU. She gets to it first, and McEwen will now go backwards to Garnett. Garnett looking for McElroy. Flicks off the head of Johnson, and Peterson will collect. Abigail Williams will win it back for FMU in the midfield, but she was not on the same page as Emma Hall, and the pass goes out of play. Again, 2 more matches on the Patriot Sports Network later on in the weekend. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, 16th ranked Lander coming to town on the men's side, and then the women back in action Sunday at 2 against North Georgia. Good pass there by Orello, finds McElroy. She goes down as she attempted the shot, and now is hobbling a little bit. Young Harris brings it the other way. Roche chasing after it with Kennedy for the Patriots, and Kennedy gets there first and will just knock it out of play for a throw-in. Kylie McElroy slowly making her way back towards the halfway line. Now she'll come for this one, but it'll be Johnson to get there first for Young Harris. Hopefully McElroy's all right after that last incident. Emma Hall goes down. Foul called against Young Harris, and Francis Marion will have a free kick just inside their half of the field. It'll be taken by Anna Capra. Third all-time meeting between these two. They've only met the last 2 seasons, or the only 2 meetings all-time. It's Capra's ball forward, headed on by McEwen, but no one there for Francis Marion. McElroy thought she had a teammate over there that could pass it to her. Orello eventually did get in that area, but it was too late, and Young Harris can bring it away. Guzman drops it back. Pass was intended for Roche. She got her foot to it, but couldn't keep it in play, and Francis Marion will once again get the ball back right around midfield. Throw in to be taken by Capra. She'll go back to one of her defense partners, Kennedy. Right now at the back, FMU with Capra on the left-hand side. The 2 center backs, Kennedy and Chavis, and then Garnett on this right side. Tries to spring Orello, but she is cut off. So fighting to win the ball back, almost did from Johnson, who was almost a little bit too casual about clearing it away. And now Peyton puts her. Rabayo with the dummy to let it go by for Roche. Roche has Guzman making a run. Capra tracking the run. Guzman's going to get there first, however. Trying to create some room for a shot. Still can't. Now goes backwards. Roche will fire it, but it'll miss the net by a comfortable margin and hit the screen behind it that protects the cars out in the parking lot there. That's the first official attempt for either team, coming just after the 10-minute mark of the first half. Young Harris, as I mentioned earlier, with the fewest shots in the Peach Belt Conference so far, with 27 total. With their 6.75 per match, it's almost half as many as the next lowest team in terms of shots attempted per game in the conference. So it has been a struggle for them to create offensive chances in their first 4 matches. And it's a big part of why they're 1-3 to start the season after going 9-6-1 a year ago. Garnett charging forward for FMU. She's got Orello, who tried to get it back to her with a one-time pass, but it was a little bit errant, and it'll go out of play. Good run there forward by Jessica Garnett. She'll drop back a little bit now as Young Harris takes over. Abigail Williams wins the ball in the air for FMU, but Young Harris collects it, and it looked like it was last touched. Oh, it was last touched by a Mountain Lion, not a Patriot. Chavis comes over to the near side to take the throw in. Wiping her hands off first. Another warm day here in Florence. Here's Williams. Good turn and good enough where she is taken down by Tanisha Taylor. FMU will take a free kick. Rabayo standing over it. Is trying to take a quick free kick. Was Orello, but Rabayo wouldn't let her. And now Orello will go forward, and Chavis will look to serve this one toward the Young Harris box. Hand goes up. Here comes the boot towards the goal. McElroy in there. Looked like she might have gotten a piece of it, but it was knocked away from her before she get too much on it. Now Young Harris looks to counter. Robayo looking for Roche, trying to stay onside. And it won't matter whether she did or not because Jessica Garnett got there first. And Hinnenkamp gets it up to Williams. Rolls along the outside. Anna Capra coming forward. Looking for Mizuraka. Tried to go around Muscat, couldn't. Emma Hall does a good job there to win a throw-in. I hope they changed their call. The assistant on the far side pointed for an FMU throw, but it was overruled by the referee. So it'll be a Young Harris throw. Just one attempt on goal in the first 13 minutes of this match as both teams kind of in the feeling out stage. First Peach Belt Conference match for the Patriots, second for the Mountain Lions. And McEwen has whistled for a foul for a little push off of Taylor as they both went to head that ball. Taylor may have gotten there if not for the efforts of McEwen. And so it'll be a free kick taken by Hadley Hughes for Young Harris. Drives it towards the FMU box. Capra meets it with the head. And now McEwen will bring it out. Garnett. Orello tried for the one-touch turn, turned it over instead. Roche comes back for Young Harris. But FMU regains possession. McEwen finds Kennedy. Out wide for Capra. Driving it forward towards Kylie McElroy. Instead, it's cut off by Peterson. Robayo. She scored 3 goals in the 2 matches between these two teams over the last 2 years, Robayo. She's been a thorn in the FMU side for the Mountain Lions. Both wins in 2017 and 2016 for Young Harris against the Patriots. And Bailey Roche also scored in each of those matches as well. So the Patriots certainly with those 2 players on their radar. Robayo was a preseason All-Peach Belt Conference player this year and is one of 3 players to have played all 90 minutes for Young Harris so far. Peterson and Johnson are the other 2. Simpson has played all but 6 minutes so far for the Mountain Lions. Garnett brings it over the halfway line for the Patriots. Emma Hall. Orello looking inside for Hall. Her pass was knocked away by Taylor, and now the Mountain Lions look to counter. Guzman looking for Robayo, charging back to try to cut her off is Kennedy. Robayo gets there first, but Kennedy did enough for FMU to keep her from getting a shot away, but it will be the first corner of the match, and Young Harris gets it just more than 15 minutes into this opening half. Young Harris taking just 5 corner kicks in their first 4 matches, and all of them have actually come in the first half of matches. That one will turn into a weakened shot. Hinnenkamp collects. Second shot for Young Harris. Takes her time getting rid of it. Hinnenkamp now boots it away. McEwen trying to settle it. Good hustle there by Garnett to get there, but Young Harris ends up with it. McEwen to Garnett. Lost her headband in that collision there, holding it in her hand until she gets a moment, I think, to put it back on. Capper with it on the far side, battling. Keeps it alive for Francis Marion. Hall. Pass is knocked away. Sliding play there by Taylor to win it back for Young Harris. Roche making a run forward. Chavis will get to the ball first in a battle of number 11s. Mizuraka. Good close control there. Looking to play Daly McEwen in on the far side. She is beaten to it by Colleen Johnson. Once again, FMU will win the ball back in the midfield. Pass intended for Garnett was headed away by Peterson, but now Garnett will come get it. Plays it back to Chavis. Arello finds Hall, and they go back to Garnett. Now Chavis. Kennedy. Capra finds McElroy. McEwen looking for the run of Mizoraka too far, and coming out is Van Kampen. Patriot fans, visit www.FMUPatriotsShop.com for all your Francis Marion apparel and gift needs. Support your Patriots by visiting www.FMUPatriotsShop.com. Roche on the far side looking to center it, but Garnett will get there before any attacking Mountain Lion. Kept in by Guzman. Raballo looking to find a teammate, goes down under a good challenge there by Kennedy, who will get it away. But the pass intended for McElroy went the other way from the way that McElroy was running, and so Young Harris can regather in their own half. Simpson was apparently fouled. She had given it away to Mizoraka, but was judged to have been fouled, and so Young Harris will have a free kick as we near the 20-minute mark of this opening half. No score between Young Harris and FMU. A couple of shots for the Mountain Lions. None for FMU just yet. One of those two shots on target. Hennekamp making a pretty comfortable save. That came off of the lone corner kick of the match for Young Harris. Quick throw in on the far side. Peterson gets it to Taylor. Now Muscat finding Guzman. Back to Muscat on the right wing. Drives it forward, and coming out is Hennekamp. Bobbled it for a fraction of a second. Was able to snatch it up before Raballo could get there. McEwen wins the header to Arello, gets it back. Now Garnett. Chavis finds Williams. Williams looking for McEwen. A little bit too far for her. Johnson goes back to her keeper. A little bit of a miss kick there from the keeper, and Arello looks like she's going to be able to keep it in play. Heads it. Now gets in a cross. Looking for Mizoraka at the far post. It's headed away by Muscat. And once again, Young Harris looks to counter. Looks like FMU will be making a sub before too long. Roche making a run forward, gets to it. Garnett backtracking to try to cut her off, and does. Good, strong challenge there by Garnett to win it back before Roche could either find a teammate or have a shot of her own. Arello looking for someone to pass it to. Finds McEwen. Chests it down and looks for the run of Kylie McElroy. McElroy leaves it for Arello. Arello chips it forward, but it's going to end up right in the waiting arms of Van Kampen. Both teams starting to create a little more offensively. Hasn't led to many shot attempts yet. But it's opening up a little bit after most of this first half has been played in the middle of the field. Raballo looking to turn for Young Harris, gets it to Guzman. The two Colombians on this Young Harris roster. Here's Peyton Putzer. Goes back and gets it back. The back and forth with her and Hadley Hughes, who has her pass intercepted. Williams on the run for FMU, looking for some help. Knocks it back to Garnett's been heavily involved trying to bring FMU forward, and that goes off of Rihanna Arello and out of play. Well, it looked like moments ago FMU was readying a sub, but apparently not yet. Raballo gets it back to Taylor. Taylor has it knocked off of her by McElroy. McEwen looking for the run of Megan Mizuraka. It gets to the head of Peterson. Mizuraka keeps it in and just has her shot attempt knocked down. She was able to keep it in before it went out of play. But the Young Harris defense is able to prevent her from getting a shot. Again, Roche making a run forward. Hendenkamp coming out and will clear it away before Roche can get anywhere near it. Guzman will knock it away and out of play. And now both teams will come to the side for a hydration break almost exactly at the halfway mark of this first half. Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, Domino's, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Carolinas Hospital System, Ken Jackson and Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Rains Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, and Courtyard by Marriott, Mike Rickenbach for Lincoln Mercury, South Carolina Education Lottery, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, the Counseling Center of Florence, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and Agent Jim Stewart, Quincy's Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC, Arby's, Julia Bell's Restaurant, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, Western Sizzlin Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. So far in this first half, 2 shots for Young Harris, one of which was saved by Rachel Hendenkamp. The other was off the mark. No official shots for Francis Marion so far through the first half of this first half. And Young Harris has taken the game's only corner kick to this point, and that led to the one shot that was on target for the Mountain Lions. That was off the foot of Miranda Simpson. And out of this stoppage, Sarah Mall will enter for FMU. Looks like she is in for Kylie McElroy as the two teams come out on the field, confirming that McElroy is the one who did not come back from the team huddle following the break there. Capra's throw-in will get things back underway. Again, halfway through this first half, no score. The 2-2 Francis Marion Patriots in their Peach Belt Conference opener taking on 1-3 Young Harris, who lost their Peach Belt Conference opener to Flagler last week. So a big match for both of these teams. Francis Marion not wanting to start 0-1, and Young Harris not wanting to start 0-2 in conference play. Chavis will get that one clear after it took a couple of bounces near the edge of the FMU penalty area. Good read of the pass there by Capra to cut it off. Now looking for the run of Sarah Mall. Knocked away by the Young Harris defense, but it finds the feet of Emma Hall. Orello looking for the run of Mall. The pass is a little bit behind her and cut out by Peterson. Back the other way come the Mountain Lions. Rabayo making a run. Guzman trying to find her. Good read there by Chavis to intercept that pass and win possession back for the red, white, and blue. Daly McEwen was looking for Emma Hall, but instead found a Mountain Lion. Rabayo looking for Roche's run in behind Kennedy. Roche takes a shot, and it'll go just wide. Hendenkamp looked like she was going to try and save it, then judged that it was probably going to go wide, and so let it go. And FMU will make another substitution. Emma Hall to replace here by Sierra Cartano. Second switch for the Patriots in this opening half. And Cartano will take Hall's place in the center of the midfield for FMU. Young Harris has not made a substitution yet, although one player did just get up and start jogging on the sidelines, possibly warming up.
Number 14, Sierra Cartano.
Simpson has it for Young Harris. Tackled away by Capra. Is looking for Sarah Mall. Instead will eventually find Peterson, who goes back to the goalkeeper. And Campen lays it off for Johnson. Back to Peterson, the captain for Young Harris. Guzman to Muscat. Looking for Roche. Tried to head it to a teammate in the center of the midfield and instead finds Cartano. FMU goes the other way. Megan Mizuraka Good move to get around Simpson. Back to Cartano. Garnett making a run on the near side, but the Patriots didn't spot her in time. And now she'll drop back for it. But instead, the pass ends up in possession of Young Harris. Hughes finds Simpson. Simpson driving it forward. Kennedy gets in front of it for FMU. Now Williams. Cartano wide for Capra. Sarah Mall, who scored in the most recent home match for FMU against Coker, a 4-2 victory for the Patriots, and their only other home match so far here in 2018. On the far side, Muscat will drive it towards Roche, who had a miskick and didn't know where it went. It went to the feet of Capra, who found Mall. Now McEwen. Orello finds Mall, heads it forward, and it'll get to the waiting arms of the keeper, Van Kampen, again before Orello could get to it for FMU. Taylor turns away from McEwen, sends it to Muscat. Simpson. Williams forces her to go backwards. And it was last touched by Williams. Mizuraka thought it was an FMU throw-in. When I will toss it back, and Young Harris will take the throw on the far side. Muscat. Morello putting the pressure on Johnson, who had to just clear it forward, but is going to find Rabayo with the pass. Pass over the head of Roche. Kennedy there for FMU, but she will let it go back to her keeper, Henenkamp. Capra looking for a forward option. Tried to find McEwen, but pass was taken away. Williams drives it forward. Van Kampen will pick it up off of a couple of bounces. Thought about rolling it one way, thought about rolling it the other way. And now she'll just put it down and boot it. Cartano tried to head it forward in the direction of Mizuraka, instead found a Young Harris defender. And FMU will now have a throw right in front of the Young Harris bench. Mentioned that Rob King, their coach, is in his first season. He spent 14 seasons at Kennesaw State. And in the second year of that Kennesaw State program, he led them to a national championship. At the time in Division II, back in 2003, they have since moved to D1. And they made a couple of D1 national tournament appearances while he was still there. As FMU will take a free kick after a foul was called against Young Harris. Capra takes. Garnett wide open on this near side. The pass is a little bit too far for her. Blitzer is trying to let it go out for a goal kick. Didn't go far enough. Taylor trying to keep it into the attacking zone for FMU, but instead Taylor comes up with it for Young Harris, and they'll look to break out with Guzman. Touches it on to Muscat as the Mountain Lions charge into FMU territory. Good defensive header there by Chavis, but it finds the feet of Rabayo. Turns away from Cartano, but in doing so, turned right into Williams. Garnett clears it away for FMU. Orello trying to run onto it. Hughes, I don't think, realized that Orello was there right away and ended up turning it over to her. Orello tried to find McEwen, but Taylor was wise to that. Garnett call for the foul there. Looked like the referee was going to play advantage. Garnett making sure that the player she just knocked over, Peyton Putzer, is all right. Seems to be. Solding getting up to her feet. Total of 7 fouls in the first half. 4 for Young Harris, 3 for FMU. Hughes will take the free kick. Chavis finds McEwen with the header. Cartano almost ran into the ref, instead ran into Raballo. Cartano trying to win it back. Raballo fending her off. Long enough to find Simpson. Simpson will try a shot, but that was well wide as Hendenkamp watches another one go comfortably wide of her net. Now each team making a substitution. Carly Gauthier on for Abigail Williams, the change for FMU. And on for Peyton Putzer is Yanni Serrano for Young Harris. That's their first change of this first half with a little bit less than 15 minutes remaining. Garnett forward in the direction of Siramal, a little bit too high for her, but FMU will keep it. Cartano, her pass was cleared away by Johnson. Now Garnett. Gauthier serves it into the box, headed clear by the Young Harris defense. They're looking for the run of Daly McEwen, their leading goal scorer. 4 goals, tied for second most in the Peach Belt Conference. She scored in 3 of the 4 contests for FMU so far this year. Here's Taylor for Young Harris. Looking to slide it forward for Roche, but Garnett got it clear, but Taylor intercepts again. Simpson fends off McEwen long enough to pass it off to Muscat, but Muscat can't keep it in play. So Francis Marion will have a throw in. Mizuraka will leave it for Capra. FMU still looking for their first shot of this half. They have outshot their opponents overall in first halves this season, 30-12. But 6 of their 7 goals this season have come after halftime. Statistical oddity for FMU is Roche tries to cut inside against Chavis, passes it off. Raballo tied up by Cartano, but still has it. Gets it to Roche, looking for some room to shoot. Good job by Gauthier coming back and intercepting. Mizuraka lost out there, but FMU will win it back. Cartano gets it wide and plenty of space. Jessica Garnett been busy in this first half on this near side, trying to initiate offense for Francis Marion. McEwen's pass deflected, and then she inadvertently had it kicked off of her while she was trying to get back up. Doesn't seem any worse for wear. Young Harris has a throw on this side. They have 4 shots now. To the Mount Lions. Trainer Eric Rue coming on for FMU. Look at Jessica Garnett, who's walking off. Megan Mizuraka coming over to this near side to take her position at right back.
Francis Marion, number 4, Kylie Barr.
And Kylie Barr will check in for the first time today. Barr, a freshman from Wilmington, North Carolina, has seen action now in all 5 Francis Marion matches this season. Barr had an assist in the last match against Catawba. McEwen all trying to get it back to her. What was deflected by a mountain lion. And Guzman looks to bring it the other way. Muscat on the far side. Sends it forward for Roche. Looked like it may have inadvertently struck her arm. The referee does spot it. And FMU will get the free kick. Quick turnaround for the Patriots as they will play North Georgia on Sunday at 2 o'clock right here on Hartzler Field. North Georgia with back-to-back wins against ranked opponents last weekend and then earlier this week, so they come in playing well. But first to deal with Young Harris for the Patriots as they hope to enter that match 1-0 in Peach Belt play. Cartano tries to chip it back to Aurello, but it's cleared by Hughes for Young Harris. Chavis finds Gauthier. Capper with space. Back to Gauthier, who sends it wide. for Kylie Barr, driving it forward in the direction of Dealey McEwen. It's going to be too far, and the Mountain Lions will have a goal kick as we count down near 10 minutes to go in the first half. Support Francis Marion Athletics by joining the Swamp Fox Club. You can join by visiting the athletics website at www.fmupatriots.com. Join now and get your tickets for the upcoming sports seasons. Still plenty of soccer matches left. Volleyball returns home next weekend. And then, of course, basketball less than 2 months away now. Kennedy will get that one clear. It was intended for Roche. Rabayo turns it over as Gauthier comes up with it for FMU, trying to find Sarah Mall instead. And the pass deflected, but Kylie Barr gets to it for the Patriots. Good job there by McEwen to fend off a Young Harris midfielder, but her pass was scooped up by Van Kampen before Sarah Mall could get to it. He was caught off guard by that pass, and she fouls Sarah Mall, so a miscommunication there by Young Harris leads to a foul against the Mountain Lions, and FMU has a free kick in a good dangerous position here in the final 10 minutes of this opening half. One of the best opportunities for Francis Marion so far. They had one other attacking a free kick in a similar position on the opposite side. Let's see if Anna Capru comes over from the left side to take it and find a teammate here. Drives it forward. Header comes in. I think that was McEwen who got her head to it, but could not keep it on target. It's the first attempt for Francis Marion here in the first half. But it goes well wide, and it will be another goal kick for Young Harris. Support and follow Francis Marion Athletics on social media at FMU Sports. As Van Kampen's goal kick is met by the head of Kylie Barr. Peterson will go right back to Van Kampen. Drives it forward. Sierra Cartano waiting under it. Tries to find McEwen. Barr. Mall finds Arello, and she is offside as Van Kampen got there first. The Young Harris bench clamoring for offsides, and they got the call that they were looking for. Guzman goes back to Peterson. Mall looked like she got a foot in there on that pass to deflect it, but Young Harris will regather. Mall has caused the Young Harris defense some problems, forcing some errant passes, and again winning that free kick that led to the FMU shot moments ago, since replacing Kylie McElroy, who looked like she might have gotten a little nicked up earlier in this first half. Kennedy chips it for McEwen. Taylor collides with her. McEwen gets it away on this far side. Plenty of room for Megan Mizuraka coming forward. Good ball for the run of Arello. Arello goes around Johnson. Goes around her again. Left-footed cross. No one there in that particular part of the penalty area. It was too far ahead of the midfielders and a little bit behind the forwards. Gauthier drives one toward the box. Mall almost got ahead to it, but Peterson got there first for Young Harris. Barr trying to keep it in for FMU on that far side. Guzman is able to get away from her, and now, after a quick 1-2 with one of her teammates, can drive it forward. Rabayo has Roche with her on the far side. Finds her with the pass. Roche was looking towards the box, didn't like what she found, and Young Harris will go backwards a little bit. Simpson bumped off of it by Gauthier, but still in possession of the Mountain Lions. Guzman trying to line up a ball into the box toward Serrano, but instead finds Rachel Hinnenkamp. And Hinnenkamp will quickly get it back into play to Megan Mizuraka. Pass intended for Arello got deflected, ended up going right to Sarah Mall. Now Arello charging into the penalty area, goes wide, has her attempted cross knocked away by Johnson, but Francis Marion will have their first corner of this first half with 6 minutes to go until halftime. So in these last few minutes, FMU starting to turn up the attacking pressure. itching to break this scoreless deadlock before the end of the first 45 minutes. Tampa native Carly Gauthier comes to the near side to take this corner. Comes in towards McEwen. Her attempt at a half volley is blocked. Gartano had a chance that was knocked away. Brooke Kennedy tries to serve it back into the box, and a good save there by Van Campen. It looked like it was a pass at first, but it ended up being a pretty good shot by Kennedy. Almost snuck it past Van Campen. She's a little shorter than 5'11". That might be 1-0 FMU. But ends up being a good save. For the sophomore from Netherlands. Second shot for the Patriots here in this opening half. Here's McEwen. Tried to find Kylie Barr, but again the Mountain Lions will intercept and look to counter the other way. Final 5 minutes of the half. Robayo. Found Guzman, Simpson. Back to Robayo. Guzman finds Robayo once more. Knocked away by Kennedy. It'll go out of play, and Young Harris will have a throw in on that far side. So the shots now 3 apiece. Each team has forced the opponent's keeper into 1 save. Simpson with the shot off of a corner for Young Harris, and Brooke Kennedy with that shot moments ago for Francis Marion. The on-target attempts so far in this first half. Serrano looking to run at Mizuraka, tried to play in. Robayo ends up getting to her, and it is 1-0 Young Harris. Looked like the Patriots were going to be able to clear that ball, but somehow Robayo found it and slotted it home past Rachel Hennenkamp to give the Mountain Lions the first goal of this match with just a little bit less than 4 minutes to go in the opening half. A tough break there for the Patriots, who had been looking the more threatening over the last 5 minutes or so with their couple of chances. But it is Young Harris who is on the board first with just their 3rd goal of the season, and this being their 5th match, and is the first goal for them scored by someone other than Bailey Roche. So now we restart with the Mountain Lions leading the Patriots 1-0. Battle in front of the FMU bench. Capra in a little bit of a wrestling match with Robayo and ends up getting called for the foul. So Young Harris will have a free kick right in front of the Patriots bench area as we close in on 3 minutes till the half. Muscat drives it forward. Bounced away from a couple of folks on either side before Francis Marion was able to get it clear. Hughes finds the run of Serrano, but Serrano was offside according to the assistant on the far side, Alan Correa. And so FMU will take over. Hennenkamp gets it wide for Capra. Has some time. McEwen goes back after being pressured by some Young Harris defenders. Gauthier goes up with Hughes. Either one could find it for a moment. Gauthier did eventually. Almost found the run of Kylie Barr, who was in good space just outside of the Young Harris box. McEwen headed away by Peterson. She was looking for Orello, who had gotten in behind the Mountain Lion defense. Taylor takes over, but gives it away to Barr. Barr finds Gauthier. Gauthier kept her balance after a stumble. Mizuraka gets it back to her. Mizuraka looking to find some room for a cross into the box. And it's knocked away by Serrano. And it'll be a corner kick for the Patriots, their second of this first half. Again, it'll be Gauthier to take it as we approach the final minute of this first half. Young Harris leading in 1-0. Patriots looking for a late goal here in the half to tie it. Gauthier's ball in. McEwen got her head to it, and it goes a little bit wide. She's claiming a deflection, but the referee disagrees and points for a Young Harris goal kick. So a Lucero Raballo 42nd minute goal. Looks like it may stand up as the only goal of this first half unless we have something in the final 30 seconds. Guzman looking for Serrano and eventually will find her after the header from Chavis didn't get it far enough clear. Guzman ends up with it again. Going at Capra. Final 10 seconds of the half. She goes down, and
4, 3, 2.
Be a foul called against Young Harris, but there will not be time to take the ensuing free kick, and that's how the first half is going to end, with the Young Harris Mountain Lions leading your Francis Marion Patriots by a score of 1-0. The 42nd minute goal for Lucero Raballo, her first of the season. She scores against FMU for the third consecutive year. Makes it 1-0 at halftime. Both teams with 4 first-half shots. 2 on target for Young Harris, of course, the one that went in. A 1 on target shot for the Patriots in the first half. FMU had 2 corners to Young Harris's 1. But it's Young Harris who has a 1-0 lead at the end of the first half. Francis Marion fans, be sure to sign your kids up for the Patriots Kids Club. For more information on how your child can become a member, call 843-661-1834 or go online to www.FMUPatriots.com. We'll be back with the second half in a little bit. 1-0 Young Harris after 45 minutes of play here on Hartzler Field.
Ken Jackson and Remax Professionals. Pepsi,
Welcome back to Hartzler Field,
Hospitality.
Florence, South Carolina. Rob Lau here with you as the Francis Marion Patriots will be looking for a comeback in the second half against Young Harris, down 1-0 at the end of the first half. A 42nd minute goal by senior Lucero Raballo, getting the Mountain Lions on the board with the only goal of the match thus far. Her first of the season. She has now scored 3 consecutive years against the Patriots, scoring last year once in the 2-0 win for Young Harris last October, and then scoring a couple of times. Well, last time these two met here at Hartzler Field. Patriots making their way back out onto the field. The Mountain Lions are hanging out in a small shaded area behind the benches, finding what little shade they can from the heat of the sun. Shots in the first half were 5-3 in favor of the Mountain Lions. A couple of shots on target for Young Harris. Of course, the one going into the net from Raballo. So each goalkeeper, Rachel Hennenkamp for FMU and Van Kampen for Young Harris, making one save in that first half. Reminder that this is just the first of 3 games this weekend here at Hartzler Field. The men's soccer team taking on 16th ranked Lander University in the Peach Belt Conference opener for FMU tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. FMU 1-3, Lander 5-0 to start the campaign. We'll have coverage again right here on the Patriot Sports Network of that one, and also the women's match against North Georgia Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. That's what's coming up on the Patriot Sports Network for the rest of the weekend, and we'll be back on the air next weekend for volleyball as they make their return to Smith University Center. They're opening up Peach Belt Conference play tonight at Lander, 7 o'clock start there, and then they're also playing tomorrow at USC Aiken. That's a 2 o'clock start for that match, and then they return home, as I mentioned, next Friday to Smith University Center to take on Georgia College. The men's and women's cross-country teams will be running this weekend in the Jaguar Cross Country Invitational in Beach Island, South Carolina. Tomorrow morning, the men will get started with their race at 8:10 a.m., and the women will then race at 8:50. And the golf team will play their second tournament of the fall portion of their season. They're in the River Run Collegiate Monday and Tuesday in Davidson, North Carolina. FMU making their way back onto the field for the start of the second half, as I mentioned, trailing 1-0. As I mentioned earlier, they have outshot their opponents in first halves overall this season, although they were outshot in the first half of this match. But 6 of the 7 goals that they have scored this season have come after halftime. So something to look out for FMU. Looking into the FMU huddle, it looks like it's the same 11 that started the match for FMU. So Kylie McElroy, after she was replaced by Sarah Mall in that first half, seems to be all right. And Jessica Garnett, who also left with the trainer Eric Rue coming out and checking on her. She is deemed to be okay from whatever was ailing her in that first half as well. So good sign for FMU as they get their original starting 11 back onto the field for the start of this second half. Again, waiting on Young Harris to break out of their huddle, trying to determine if they have made any halftime changes. It looks like we're going to have to wait until that huddle breaks up to be able to confirm their starting 11 for half number 2. If the Patriots do come back and win this afternoon, it'll be the 200th win in program history. Mentioned it earlier. Program was started in 1995 with their first win coming against what is now St. Andrews University, then St. Andrews Presbyterian College, back in September of '95. Young Harris will kick it off to begin this second half, carrying a 1-0 lead, looking to even their Peach Belt Conference record at 1-1 after losing to Flagler last weekend. So the Patriots with some work to do in the second half if they want to start off the Peach Belt Conference with a victory. Ball forward towards Simpson is dealt with by Capra, but is unable to keep it in play, and so Young Harris will have a throw-in from Muscat over through her intended target. But the Mountain Lions end up with it anyway. Roche looking to get away from her opposite number, Chavis. Good block by Chavis to block the attempt by Roche, but it's going to be a corner kick, and so Young Harris within the first 45 seconds of this first half is going to have their second corner kick of the afternoon. So starting off the second half strong, looking to build on a 1-0 lead are the visitors.
Maria Guzman to take the corner kick for Young Harris.
Rubio to take this kick. She'll take it short to Guzman. Guzman tries to get a cross in. It'll be another corner as it goes out of play off of Hall for the Patriots. So a couple of quick corners. And this one is again taken short. This time it is Rubio on the receiving end of the pass. Sends it in toward the back post and missed everybody. Kylie McElroy to it first, and she will just send it clear for FMU. Peterson tries to drive it forward. Hall heads it away for the Patriots. Simpson lofts it up toward Roche. Roche gets her head to it, looking for Rubio, knocked away. Taylor will go out wide for Hughes, who was just able to keep it in play. Garnett gets to that and will send it out of play, and Young Harris will have a throw-in. Francis Marion fans, be sure to sign your kids up for the Patriot Kids Club. For more information on how your child can become a member, call 843-661-1834 or go online to www.fmupatriots.com. Early on in this second half, the shot attempts are 6-3 in favor of Young Harris. They have the only shot attempt for the first couple of minutes of this half. But FMU might have a chance now offensively. Megan Mizuraka has McElroy in the center. Mizuraka with a couple of Mountain Lions in her area, so she passes it off to Hall. Williams wide for Capra, trying to get around Rubio. Sends it toward McElroy. Young Harris gets it clear right to Roche. Waiting for some support. She was the only Mountain Lion that far forward. Simpson with it in the midfield for Young Harris. Finds the goal scorer, Rubio. Her first goal of the season coming in the first half right now, providing the difference between these two sides. Looking for some room to shoot possibly. Instead, she lays it off for Guzman. Tried to get it back to Rubio. Wasn't on the same page and is cleared away by Kennedy. Mizuraka trying to get it away from Muscat. Couldn't. Simpson thought about the shot. Instead, will pass it off. Good challenge there by Garnett. Now McEwen finds Orello. Orello stops, waits for some support. McEwen tried to get it back to Orello, but a heavy touch is going to take it away from her. So now she's in pursuit of Hughes, who will play it off of Orello, and Young Harris will have a throw-in. Off the throw-in, Daly McEwen will end up picking up the loose ball for the Patriots. Pass intended for Emma Hall. It's a little bit off target, and Young Harris is able to get it clear. Rubio settles it right at the center line, now looking for an option. Lays it off to Guzman. She'll go further wide for Muscat. Able to keep it in for Rubio, but loses out to Mizuraka. Hall going the other way for the Patriots. Tried to find the run of Orello, couldn't. McElroy's follow-up will be picked up by the sliding Van Kampen. Pass for Orello had been cut out as a Young Harris player goes down off the ball. Daly McEwen, the guilty party for FMU that time, as Rubio tumbled to the turf. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. Young Harris 1, FMU nothing. Patriots trying to avoid back-to-back losses for the first time this season. They come in 2-2. Young Harris was 1-3. This is the second road game for Young Harris. They lost 4-0 at Limestone in their first match. As Capra will head this one back toward Henkamp, then played their next three all at home before this road game. FMU has played just one of their first four here on Hartzler Field. That was the 4-2 win against Coker, in which Daylan McEwen, who's on the ball now, had a couple of goals. Garnett bringing it forward as she did many times in the first half for FMU. Goes past Hughes. Now gets a ball in toward the box, but Van Kampen will come collect before the target, Kylie McElroy, could get there. Williams tried to find Garnett, but ended up knocking it out of play instead, and so Young Harris will have a throw-in. Support and follow Francis Marion Athletics on social media at FMU Sports. Pass ricochets off of Rabayo and goes into the Mountain Lion bench on the far side. And Francis Marion will have a throw-in from Michaela Chavis. Ball back with the Mountain Lions. Taylor, Rabayo. Trying to work her way through the FMU defense, looking for Guzman, had it cleared away. Simpson keeps it in for Young Harris, but unable to connect with Peyton. Puts her on the far side, and it'll be a throw for Francis Marion deep in their own half of the field. 6-3, the shots in favor of the visitors. Each team has gotten one save from its goalkeeper. And Rabayo with the one goal. Good turn there by Williams. Springs Arello, who finds McElroy. Now McEwen looking for Megan Mizuraka, who had run forward, but it's knocked away by the senior Peterson. Young Harris brings it back the other way. Puts her. Rabayo calling for it and gets it on the far side wing. Looking to cut toward the center. Looking for an option. Still with it. Lays it off to Roche. Couldn't get it out of her feet before she got it taken away by Hall, and Hall wins a free kick for the Patriots. Good work there by the sophomore Emma Hall from Candler, North Carolina. Hall has played in all 5 matches for FMU. This is the third one that she has started. Guzman lays it back to the defense. Muscat back to Guzman. Spacefer puts her on the far side wing. She gives it up to Hughes. Arello tracking back and forces a pass backwards. Chavis gets to that pass first for FMU as they regain possession. Chavis gets it back from Garnett. Now back to her defense partner, Kennedy, as the shot on target for the Patriots, forcing a save from the Young Harris keeper. Hall trying to find Mizuraka. Mizuraka beaten to it by Muscat. Taylor trying to turn away from Emma Hall. Fends her off long enough to get a pass away. And Capra knocks it off of Guzman for an FMU throw. Now the Patriots will make their first substitution of this half. Carly Gauthier will replace Rihanna Orello. So just about 10 minutes gone in the half. And Gauthier checks back in. Capra's throw is cleared away by Young Harris, but Williams heads it to Gauthier. So Gauthier just on, flicks it wide, looking for Kylie McElroy, but she'll be beaten to it by Johnson. Johnson tried to spring Rabayo forward, instead found Garnett, and Garnett found the bench with her pass interception. And so Young Harris will have a throw right in front of that FMU bench on the far side. Rabayo looking for Guzman. She knocked it away from Capra, but FMU's defense recovers. Kennedy got it back to Hennenkamp, and Hennenkamp drilled it forward. Hall looking for Mizuraka, but it's headed away from her by Muscat. Robayo, pass behind. Peyton puts her, but no FMU player in the immediate area, so she had a chance to go chase it down. Garnett's header finds Williams. Intercepted by the senior Robayo. Roche. Good job by Chavis to nick it away from her, and FMU can come back the other way. Pass, though, is a little bit too far for Hall. And once again, Young Harris can come forward. Muscat looking for Robayo, but sailed it over her head, and Hennenkamp will come out of her net to scoop that one up. Boots it in the direction of Hall, trying to flick it forward from Mizuraka, a little bit too far for her, almost. Nicked it away from Peterson, who just got it to Muscat in time before Mizuraka could pounce. Heavy touch there from Guzman leads to a turnover, and FMU has it back. Williams sends Garnett into space as she crosses the center line and brings it into the Young Harris half. Ball forward looking for McElroy, and the Mountain Line defense will deal with that. Pass intended for Bailey Roche. Deflects off of her and looks like it's going to roll out for a goal kick. Just barely with enough mustard on it to go over the line. Another change coming up for Lindsey Morgan of the Patriots as Daly McEwen will check out. And Sarah Mall re-enters for the Patriots. FMU looking for their first shot of this half. So far, about a little more than 12 and a half minutes into half number 2, with only one shot attempt between the two teams. It was a slow starting first half for both teams as well in terms of getting chances. It picked up in the last 10 minutes or so. FMU had a couple of good chances, including their one shot on target from Brooke Kennedy. And then, of course, in the dying minutes of the first half was when Robayo scored what is, to this point, the only goal. A Young Harris player goes down. Free kick whistled against Williams. Quick restart from Young Harris. Roche is offside. Support Francis Marion Athletics by joining the Swamp Fox Club. You can join by visiting the athletics website at www.fmupatriots.com. Join now and get your tickets for the upcoming sports seasons. Kennedy will take the free kick following the offside call for FMU. Drives it forward in the direction of McElroy. Didn't make it to her. It found a Young Harris head instead. And they bring it forward. O'Shea, the target of that pass. Garnett intercepted and was fouled by Simpson. So once again, FMU will have a free kick. Entering today, Young Harris was tied with USC Aiken for the fewest goals in the Peach Belt Conference with 2. They are the only ones who have scored so far today. Williams' pass deflected. She gets back to it. Gets it through to Hall. Hall gets it right back from McElroy and is knocked over. And that's a foul on Colleen Johnson. And so a very advantageous position for this attacking free kick for the Patriots. Pretty centrally located. It's Carly Gauthier who is standing over it for FMU as we enter the final half hour of regulation time. This is a good area for Gauthier to take a shot toward the net if she would like. McElroy, Mall, Mizuraka in the box, and Hall on the edge on the far side. Gauthier sizes up the wall, fires it low, diving stop by Van Kampen, and she holds it. Mizuraka was charging in, looking for a rebound, but the sophomore keeper is able to hang on to it and keep it out. But Young Harris turns it over. Hall trying to find McElroy, and she was offside. Young Harris intercepted the pass anyway, but almost a devastating turnover for the Mountain Lion defense. But a good attempt there by Carly Gauthier. But equal to it, the sophomore goalkeeper, Van Kampen, for Young Harris. So as I mentioned off the top, second in the Peach Belt Conference with 34 saves so far this season, averaging 8.5 per match. And was third in the conference in save percentage. She has faced many shots and done a good job much of the season despite not having much help from her offense. Peyton Putzer checks out for Young Harris. Replaced by freshman Tess Aubrey from Roswell, Georgia. McElroy finds Williams for FMU. Again, plenty of space to run into for Garnett on the far side. Now Aubrey will knock it away, and FMU will have a throw-in. A 42nd minute goal by senior Lucero Roballo, her first goal of the season. The reason that Young Harris has a 1-0 lead. A little bit more, or a little bit less, I should say, than 20 minutes gone here in the second half. Kennedy finds Capra. Capra looking for somebody in the box. Couple of Patriots in there, but it doesn't quite make it to them as Taylor intercepts. Roballo being charged at by Kennedy. Kennedy got to it first and lost it for a moment, but was able to win it back. Here's McElroy. Mizuraka. Sarah Mall switches it, but the pass is cut off before it could get to Gauthier, and Gauthier does a good job of beating Aubrey to the ball. Shield her from it to let it go out for a throw-in as down goes Williams, fouled by Roche for Young Harrison. So Gauthier will once again have a free kick opportunity for FMU. Kennedy coming up from defense, heading towards the Young Harris box to join the midfielders and forwards already up there. Chavis and Garnett staying back for the Patriots. Gauthier sends it right in toward the net, but it goes wide. So Gauthier now with a couple of shot attempts here in the second half for the Patriots. One on target, and that one just a little bit wide. Both coming off of free kicks. Francis Marion still looking to try and create a little more from open play. Williams will send that one back in. McElroy in pursuit. Johnson is going to beat her to it, goes back to the keeper. We'll just clear it away. Gauthier keeps it in. Good turn to get away from Aubrey. Williams. Garnett was pressured but got it away. Pass was deflected on its way to Hall but got there. Mall's going to try a shot, curling it and tipped just wide by Van Kampen. That one looked like it was heading for the top corner. A good curling effort there from Sarah Mall, and it's just barely kept 1-0 in favor of Young Harris on a good save by Van Kampen as Williams checks out. Not a very lengthy break for McEwen, who checks back in prior to this FMU corner, which will be taken by Carly Gauthier. Shots are now even at 6 apiece as the cross comes in, hits the bar, and goes behind. So the corner from Gauthier.
Ian Van Kampen to take the goal kick for Young Harris. A reminder, the Patriot women will be back in action on Sunday.
So 20 minutes gone here in the second half, 1-0 in favor of Young Harris. But the Patriots have been close a couple of times in this half.
Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Carly Gauthier with a few good chances. McEwen tried to find Mizuraka, but it passes a little bit too far. Van Kampen. A mistake there by the keeper as she tried to pick it up illegally. And so FMU will get a free kick. And Mizuraka causing problems there, attacking the Young Harris keeper, forces her into a mental mistake. And so the Patriots will have a free kick right on the edge of the area. McEwen and Gauthier standing over it. Looks like maybe Gauthier will try to tee this one up for McEwen. It is an indirect free kick. Looks like 5 Mountain Lions in the wall. A few more standing right on the goal line. Gauthier finds McEwen. Hall just wide. The Mountain Lions, as I'm sure most people were expecting Daly McEwen to take a shot. Good creative play there by the Patriots to get Emma Hall a shot, but she could not keep it on target. It goes just a little bit wide. But the Patriots have created some opportunities, especially off of free kicks over the last few minutes, and are now out shooting Young Harris for the match 7-6. But as we approach the halfway mark of this second half, they still find themselves behind 1-0. But things maybe are just turning a little bit momentum-wise in favor of the home white. Here's Garnett. McEwen, good turn there to get away from the Young Harris defender, but her pass is a little bit behind Hall. But Hall, good hustle back to win it back. Ends up at the feet of Gauthier. McEwen gets away from Simpson. Now Gauthier. Maul back to McEwen. Hall. Maul looked like she thought about it for a moment for taking a long-range shot. Garnett takes the pass. Headed clear by Johnson. FMU will keep it in the zone. Kennedy coming forward. She's going to try a shot again, and Van Kampen will fall on this one, not wanting to risk it bouncing in front of her and taking a funky bounce. A few Patriots, Mizuraka and McElroy, were in pursuit in case she let up any rebound. Once again, FMU takes over in possession. It's hurting up the heat over the last few minutes on that Young Harris defense, trying to find an equalizer. Garnett brings it forward. Gauthier. Garnett continued to run. Looked like it might have, no, it wasn't touched by a Young Harris player. It looked like it might have for a moment, but it will go out for a goal kick, and it looks like we will have a stoppage here with 21:20 for both teams to head to their benches and rehydrate, have a moment to catch their breath. While we have a moment, Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, Domino's, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Carolina's Hospital System, Ken Jackson and Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Raines Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites and Courtyard by Marriott, Mike Rickenbach, Ford Lincoln Mercury, South Carolina Education Lottery, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, the Counseling Center of Florence, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and Agent Jim Stewart, Quincy Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC, Arby's, Julia Bell's Restaurant, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, Western Sizzlin Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. Another reminder that tomorrow night the men will be taking on 16th ranked Lander in what will be the Peach Belt Conference opener for both teams. The Lander Bearcats 5-0 after beating Shaw last night 7-0 in their most recent contest. FMU 1-3. They have not played in almost 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks exactly since their last match for the FMU men. They played at Queen's University 2 Saturdays ago in their most recent contest, falling 4-2 there. So they are 1-3 heading into conference play. And then the FMU women will be back at it to make up last weekend's postponed match as North Georgia comes to town.
Website at FMUPatriots.com. Join now and get your tickets for the upcoming sports season.
The North Georgia match was supposed to be last Saturday originally, but postponed by Hurricane Florence. And this match was supposed to be tomorrow, but moved up a day so that they could fit that rescheduled match in and catch up on Peach Belt Conference action. And also, speaking of Peach Belt Conference action, the volleyball team begins their PBC run tonight. They are at Lander at 7 o'clock, and they visit USC Aiken tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Next home match Friday at 7 against Georgia College in Smith University Center. Teams making their way back out onto the field. 8-6 now are the shots in favor of FMU. They have forced 4 saves out of sophomore Pien Van Kampen. Of the 6 Young Harris shots, just 1 has come after halftime. 2 of their 6 have been on target. 1, of course, went in for Lucia Robayo, and Rachel Hennenkamp was able to stop the other. To restart play, Van Kampen will have a goal kick for the Mountain Lions, who are looking to even their PBC record at 1-1 after losing to Flagler in their first conference match last Saturday. FMU, as I mentioned, this is their first conference match. Sierra Cartano checking in for FMU after that break. She replaced Carly Gauthier, it appears. One thing that in the few matches that FMU has played, notice that a lot of the players are interchangeable. Right now, McElroy is joined up front by Megan Mizuraka, who's played as a part of the defense and a part of the midfield, not just this season, but earlier today. And now she's playing alongside McElroy up front. Sarah Mall isn't quite all the way up front, but is an attacking part of the midfield right now as Capra has it. Tried to find Mall. Instead found the feet of Taylor for Young Harris. But FMU keeps it. Now Cartano tried to slide it over to Mall, but it's intercepted by Guzman. Now Simpson. Cartano tried to knock it away. McEwen did, but to Serrano, who just checked in for the Mountain Lions. There's a ball in toward the box, looking for Robayo, making a run. Kennedy over there defensively for FMU, and she's able to get it clear. Clears it out to the substitutes warming up for Young Harris in the shade on that far side. So we tick under 20 minutes to go here in this second half. FMU still down 1-0. Comes a ball in towards Guzman. Knocks it down, looking to create some room for a shot. Hall not letting her do so. Got it back to Serrano. And offside is called. The shot went wide anyway. But Young Harris is caught offside there, and so Hennenkamp will restart things for FMU. Looking for McEwen, who heads it to Guzman. Now Robayo finds Serrano, who replaced Roche at that last break. Guzman wide for Simpson. A little bit of a heavy touch, took it away from her feet, but Cartano could not keep it in play for FMU. And Young Harris will have a throw-in. Have a substitution for the Patriots first. Rihanna Morello back in for FMU. Looked like that was Sierra Cartano who checked back out. And indeed it was. Pass back to Hennenkamp. Muscat.
Yana Orello back into the match for Francis Marion.
Taylor finds Robayo. Serrano calling for it. Pointed out where she wanted Robayo to run for it, but missed the spot with the pass, and Kennedy took over for the Patriots, but gave it back to Young Harris. Taylor. Serrano found Capra. There's a shot that comes in, but wide. Taylor could not steer it on target, and Rachel Hennenkamp will have another goal kick for FMU as Young Harris picks up their 7th shot of the afternoon. It is just the second one that they have had here in this second half. FMU with an 8-7 shot advantage, almost a giveaway off the goal kick. Good job by Kennedy recovering and knocking it out of play for throw-in. Nearly 2/3 of the way through this second half, Young Harris still hanging on to that 1-0 lead that they gained in the final minutes of the opening half. Robayo, the old nemesis for FMU, striking again, 3rd year in a row against the patch that she has scored. Mizuraka takes over for FMU. McEwen, challenged from behind by Serrano, goes down. The assistant on the far side waved his flag for a foul, but the referee deemed that to be fair play, and so we continue. Garnett's pass a little bit behind Orello, but she's able to recover, but now loses out to Guzman. Tried to go between the legs of Kennedy, but Kennedy was alert to it and brings it back the other way. Wide open on the left side is Capra. Running at Muscat. Finds Mizuraka. Tries to get her right back to Capra. Can she get there before Muscat? No. And Muscat will knock it off of Capra. And out of play for a goal kick as FMU will make another change here. Garnett checks out. Williams back in. And Gauthier back in for Orello. McEwen's header off of the goal kick. It ends up all the way back to her after ping-ponging around for a little while. And now at the feet of Carly Gauthier. Gets it back. And a foul whistled against FMU. A quarter of an hour and change left. Young Harris not in any particular hurry to restart it following that foul. Several Young Harris players are up off the bench stretching, but they have not made many changes throughout the match. Maybe just for something to do, perhaps. Kennedy slides it out of play again for FMU. Robayo steps away from a Francis Marion defender, now tries to get it towards Serrano. Partial clearance. And now cleared by Hall as Capra got a piece of it, enough of it to find Hall, who finished the job by clearing it away. Young Harris with a throw. Simpson tried to get it back to Muscat and went to where she had been, but she had moved, and so it's out of play. And Capra will take the free throw or the throw in for the Pats. Handball called against Staley McEwen as it inadvertently hit her hand, but it did hit it. And so once again, the Mountain Lions will have it this time with a free kick. Muscat to take. Five players around the FMU box for Young Harris. Here comes the ball forward. Simpson was trying to flick it on towards Serrano, but was too tall for her. But the Mountain Lions keep it down in that zone. Aubrey gets away from Gauthier. Tried to find someone in the center, couldn't. And the Pats will once again clear it out, but can't keep it in play. And right around the halfway line, there'll be a throw-in for Young Harris. Patriot fans, visit www.FMUPatriotsShop.com for all your Francis Marion apparel and gift needs. Support your Patriots by visiting www.FMUPatriotsShop.com. Another whistle goes against FMU. Young Harris once again bringing some numbers forward, keeping 3 behind the ball here in addition to their keeper. But everyone other than the keeper is in FMU's half for this Young Harris free kick. Again, 5 in and around the box. Here comes the ball in towards the far post. Johnson goes up with it, or goes up for it with Williams. And it was last touched by Williams, and so it'll be a corner kick for Young Harris, their 4th of the afternoon. And 3rd, that is coming here after halftime. They had not taken a single corner kick in the second half of any of their first 4 matches this season.
On the corner kick for the Mountain Lions.
But that'll change here. Again, it looks like they might be going short as both Rubio and Guzman are over there. And Rubio does take it short to Guzman. Rubio has her centering chance knocked away by McEwen. Now Mizuraka can run onto it, but her touch was a little too heavy, but it finds McEwen. McEwen tries to find the speedy Mizuraka again up this left wing. Peterson able to deal with that, though, for Young Harris and get it back forward. After hitting Williams, here comes Simpson. Running right at FMU defense, looking for Rubio. Good job by Capra to hold off the charging Rubio and give time for Rachel Hennenkamp to come out and collect. Hennenkamp boots it away. Muscat ends up with it. Guzman turns away from Hall. Almost gave it away, and Taylor had to hurry her pass, and so Anna Capra will let it go out for throws. FMU looks to make a couple more changes. Gautier and Mall coming to the bench. Christina Rice on for the first time. And Arello back in as well. So this is the season debut for Christina Rice. Did not feature in any of the first 4 matches for FMU. A prolific scorer in high school. 28 goals and 28 assists as a senior at Terry Sanford High School. A freshman from Fayetteville, North Carolina. So she goes up front for FMU. Here comes Rihanna Orello. She's got some options in the center. Passes a little bit behind. The intend to target Mizuraka. Now Young Harris will look to counter. With about 10 minutes left, FMU trying to get back in it. Trying to keep it tight at the back, though. In the meantime, can't afford to go behind by 2 in the dying minutes of this match. FMU thought it was their throw-in. They are corrected now by the referees. Young Harris gets play back underway. Serrano ushered off of it by Chavis, who was fouled. And so in one of the few parts of the field that has some shade, Michaela Chavis will take a free kick for the Pats. Drives it forward. But it finds Rubio. Guzman takes it. Taylor. Young Harris player goes down behind the play. Advantage played by the referee. Player still down behind the play. Rubio gets by 1, takes a shot well wide. Be a goal kick, and now it looks like the play will be stopped, at least momentarily, for the player who's down for Young Harris to get some attention. 9:07 left here in the second half. 1-0 Young Harris. Cannot tell who that was down for the Mountain Lions. Shots have now evened up at 8 apiece. The Patriots holding a 4-2 edge in shots on goal. Looks like Maria Guzman is the shaken up player for Young Harris. Both these teams taking the opportunity to get some water and talk strategy for the final 9 minutes and change of this second half. Patriots trying to come back and at least force extra time. Bailey Roche returns for the shaken up Guzman. And Rachel Henenkamp will restart play with this goal kick. Williams flicks it on. Another Young Harris player knocked down. That was Serrano, but she is back to her feet. Mountain Lions will have a throw in near their bench area. Serrano, watched by Chavis. Another Young Harris throw. Sun going down and starting to become an issue for folks on this side of the field, staring out at, especially at the far side, near the team benches. FMU is looking to take a quick throw, and the official stopped that so that the Patriots could make a substitution. Sarah Mall back for Emma Hall. Another attacking option with Mall with a goal on the season for FMU. In fact, she is the only FMU player to score that isn't either a freshman or a sophomore. Talked about it a lot in the first match, how young this FMU team is. Just 5 upperclassmen, 4 juniors and 1 senior. And 9 freshmen and 9 sophomores for the Pats. Good work by Arello to win that ball back. Looked to center it for McElroy, couldn't find her. And the ball will eventually trickle out of play, and Young Harris awarded the throw-in. Young Harris will just clear it down. FMU will have to reset back in their own end. Henenkamp, after receiving the pass from Kennedy, will find Capra on this near side. Into the center of the field, Williams. Long ball forward for Rice. Good close control there by Rice. Finds McElroy. Rice charging down the right wing after the pass. Johnson is able to do enough for Young Harris to turn it into a goal kick. 6:40 left.
Take the goal kick for Young Harris. And a reminder, the FMU Patriot women will be back in action on Sunday when they host the University of North Georgia at 2 o'clock. The FMU men will host Lander University tomorrow night at 7 o'clock here on Hartzler Field.
Here comes the goal kick from Van Kampen. Aubrey turns away from Arello. Serrano, who assisted on the goal by Raballo. Raballo with another opportunity. Can't keep the shot on target, though. So that'll give Young Harris the 9-8 edge in shots now. Christina Rice checks back out. Kylie Barr returns for FMU. Just a little bit more than 5 minutes left for FMU to try and find that tying goal. McEwen back to Chavis. Chavis the long ball forward looking for Kylie McElroy. Headed away from her, and Hughes will get it back forward for Young Harris. Roche.
Kylie Barr back into the match for Francis Marion.
Kennedy deals with that. Knocks it out, but Young Harris will have an attacking half throw-in now. And as we've seen over the last few minutes, anytime that they have a chance to restart the play, whether it be on a free kick or goal kick or a throw-in, they're not in a lot of hurry to do so, which in their position, understandable, being the ones nursing a 1-0 lead.
To take the goal kick for Francis Marion.
Turns into a goal kick out of that for the Pats. Camp forward. McEwen flicked it on, and the Young Harris players are confused as to why the foul was called against them, and now the referee changes and points the other way. Now FMU wondering why he changed the direction. Looks like a case of he just pointed the wrong way. Now changed his mind about the call. So Young Harris will have a free kick. Looking for Serrano. And flag is up for offside against Serrano. Capra urging players to go forward as she restarts play for FMU. McElroy tried to find Kylie Barr. Intercepted by the Young Harris defense. Chavis forward. Now Williams gets it. Long ball down the right wing for the long run of Kylie Barr. Is she going to be able to keep it in play? She does. Gets a cross in, but is unable to find a teammate, and it goes out of play. Another goal kick coming up for Young Harris as we trickle under 3.5 minutes left for the Pats to try and find that equalizer. North Georgia coming to town on Sunday. Would love for a late comeback win here to start off conference play 1-0 and get some momentum for that match, but only 3 minutes left to do so. Williams' pass intended for Mizuraka is out of play, and Young Harris will once again restart it with a throw-in. Serrano to Taylor. Rubio juggles it to keep it in play, but the Patriots will take over possession. McElroy. Arello slips it through to Kylie Barr. Barr shot is blocked by Simpson. Simpson will clear it out looking for an outlet. Will instead find the sideline. Throw in FMU. Barr gets it back in quickly. Once again cleared forward by Young Harris. Kennedy pokes it away from Roche. Williams back to Chavis. Chavis drives it forward. Muscat with a 1-foot clearance. And again, Young Harris will just dump it into the FMU zone and make FMU restart things all the way from their goalkeeper, Hennencamp. Capra sends it out wide. Arello heads it up in the air. Flicked header on towards Kylie McElroy. Gets it to Arello. Trying to switch the play for an open Mizuraka, but it didn't make it to her. FMU almost creating a turnover in the midfield. But now Taylor with an opportunity to run. Tries to chip it forward for Roche, but she slipped. That caused her pass to be a little bit errant. She's staying down right now. Now she's back to her feet as FMU starts to bring it back this way. Capra, ball forward in search of Sarah Mall. Instead is met by the head of a Young Harris defender. Mizuraka kept it in play, but Young Harris has it now. Mall steals it from Rubio and drives it toward the far post, but it's going to go wide. Sarah Mall has had a couple of those today where she's put some pressure on the Young Harris defenders and forced them into some turnovers, but FMU has not been able to capitalize on any of those as of yet as we tick down near the final 50 seconds. Van Kampen to take the goal kick. Mountain Lions have it, and once again, just send the Patriots deep into their own end. Kennedy. Williams now. McEwen looking for the run of Kylie Barr. Barr got to it, got knocked over by Johnson. And it'll be a corner kick from FMU. Time running out, everybody coming forward with 20 seconds to go. Here it comes. Into the box. Michaela Chavis couldn't quite get to it. Near the feet of McElroy. Young Harris gets it just clear. Another ball back into the box. Headed clear by Johnson. Mall with one last chance to send it in, and that's going to do it. A mad gas for the Patriots in the final 30 seconds, trying to create something out of a corner kick. They got the ball into the box, and it was loose a few times, but none of them could pounce on it. And Young Harris hangs on to knock off FMU 1-0. So the lone goal of the match scored in the 42nd minute by Young Harris senior Lucero Raballo, her first of the season. Biani Serrano getting the lone assist on that 42nd minute strike. That gives Young Harris their first Peach Belt Conference win of the year. So the Mountain Lions improved to 2-3 and are 1-1 in Peach Belt play, while the Pats slipped to 2-3 and are 0-1 in Peach Belt play. Shots in this match, each with 9 in the match. The Patriots with 4 shots on target to 2 for Young Harris. Each team had 4 corner kicks, 4 saves for Pien Van Kampen as she picks up her second shutout of the season. She also picked up a shutout in the other Young Harris win this season against Lincoln Memorial, while Rachel Hinnenkamp stopped 1 shot, one of the 2 that she faced that was on target for the afternoon. So the Patriots fall 1-0 to Young Harris in their Peach Belt Conference opener. A reminder that our next broadcast here on the Patriot Sports Network tomorrow night at 7 o'clock as the FMU men's soccer team takes on 16th ranked Lander University. Again, that's a 7 o'clock kickoff here on Hartzler Field. And the FMU women are back in action on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock right here on Hartzler Field against North Georgia. And again, we'll have coverage here on the Patriot Sports Network. And that's going to do it for this afternoon's broadcast. For everyone here at the Patriot Sports Network, Rob Lau signing off again with final score one final time. Young Harris beats FMU 1-0.